Figuring out the structure of the Sopranos crime family is like trying to solve a puzzle where half the pieces are missing, and the other half's aiming a gun at your back. The show doesn't spoon-feed you who's who. It just throws you into the Jersey jungle. Miss a detail, you're out of the game. This is part 1 of a 3-part breakdown. Today, all the bosses, capos, soldiers, and associates of the Soprano glorified crew from seasons 1 and 2. Moreover, we will examine the hidden meanings behind the nicknames of all the notable Sopranos characters. Stick around till the end. In season 1, the guy in charge is Jackie Aprile Sr. He's the acting boss, while the real head of the family, Ercole DiMeo, is rotting away in prison for life. DiMeo gets mentioned a few times. He's old, locked up, and out of the picture. But let's get this straight. The Soprano family and the DiMeo family, that's the same thing. It's just named after Ercole, the original boss, the one everyone respected. His nickname was the Boot. Not because of shoes, it's a nod to Italy, shaped like a boot on the map. In mafia culture, that's what they call the old-school Italian-American bosses, the ones still close to the roots. He was also known as the Old Man, since he founded the family back in the 30s and ran it with an iron grip for over 50 years. And don't mix him up with Eckley Soprano, Tony's retarded uncle who died off-screen out of the game. Different guy entirely.
What are you saying, he was retarded?
He was strong as a fucking bull, handsome, like George Raft.
At the start of the series, there are 6 active crews, each one run by a capo: Tony Soprano, Larry Barise, Jimmy Altieri, Raymond Curto, Junior Soprano, and Jackie himself. We don't really see Jackie's crew, but there's a hint. Febby Petrulio, the Rat, used to roll with him.
Hello, Rat.
Now Tony's crew, that's the A-Team. Silvio Dante, Salvatore Bonpensiero, Paulie Gualtieri aka Walnuts, and the hot-headed nephew who watched Scarface one too many times, Christopher Moltisanti.
This is Scarface, final scene, fucking bazookas under each arm. Say hello to my little friend.
Tony's a predator. He thinks fast and moves faster. Unpredictable, but no fool. He juggles therapy, family drama, and hits like it's just another 9 to 5. His superpower? Reading people like an open book. But betray him, and you better start digging your own grave.
Wow, no!
Silvio is Tony's consigliere. Calm, loyal, a born diplomat. Always by his side, always in the shadows.
Just when they thought I was out, they pull me back in.
Paulie's old school. For him, it's all about respect and cash. Flashy suits, loudmouth, not much thinking. He's nuts, but he's family. They called him Walnuts, and if you don't know why, here's the story. Paulie once took part in a heist. Tip was they were hitting a truck full of TV trays, but when they popped it open, all they found were sacks of walnuts. Paulie lost it, tore the block apart, but the nickname stuck. From then on, Paulie Walnuts.
Jesus, my fucking balls.
Salvatore, quiet, low-key, always working an angle. He keeps his pockets full but stays out of the spotlight. He got his nickname back in the day. He was a cat burglar, slipping in through windows, climbing up fire escapes. That's where Big Puss comes from, a street cat. But behind that gentle provider look is a secret that'll turn into his death sentence. Christopher, young, impulsive, always torn between earning his stripes, staying clean, and chasing that Hollywood dream. He worships Tony, but the weight's too much. The kid's always one step from cracking. Hanging around him is Brendan Fallone, a total leech with athlete's foot for brains. And then there's Hesh Rabkin, an old Jewish friend of the family and Tony's money guy, especially when it comes to music or deals.
One could write a song about a horse, but in order for it to be a hit with your target audience, you'd have to have a mounted cop on it, be ripped up the ass with a Mac-10, no?
You'll also spot Yo-Yo Mendez, a Newark street dealer who used to kick up to Christopher, until Junior tried to muscle in on his turf. Chris wasn't having it. He said he'd chop off Mendez's fingers if he didn't keep sending money like before.
This is my corner. You pay anyone but me, I'm coming back for your thumbs. And that didn't happen, what you said.
Junior's got his own crew, front and center. Mikey, Grabbag, Palmies. The guy who's soon going to become his consigliere. The nickname? Could be he used to snatch purses back in the day. Or maybe, and this one makes sense, he always kept a go bag ready, paranoid the cops would bust in at any moment. Either way, he was like a pit bull. If Junior gave the order, Mikey didn't ask twice.
This fucking guy's big mouth.
No, he's okay.
I don't like it. Next to be making jokes about me.
Next up, Chucky Signor, the Muscle, and Joseph Beppe Sasso, Junior's underboss. The two of them would end up getting pinched together. Junior's clinging to the old ways. He believes in hierarchy, pride, and respect. But under all that tough talk, he's just an aging relic, full of ego and insecurities, slowly getting pushed to the margins. Oh, and by the way, his real name's not Junior. It's Corrado. Junior's just the nickname. His father was Corrado Soprano Sr., and he's Corrado Jr. Hope that clears it up. There's also Donnie Paduana, an associate who coordinates those unidentified blackmails that tried to whack Tony. Junior later has him clipped. The guy had the balls to crack a joke about Livia. We also hear that Junior used to run with Gennaro Malanga, but things got heated, and they had a nasty split. Even after Malanga's death, that ghost keeps haunting Junior. The other three capos, Larry Boy, Jimmy the Rat, and Ray Curto, don't get much screen time. What we do know, Larry runs the biggest crew. We see his brother, Albert the Trucks, and another associate, Rusty Irish. Mikey tosses Rusty off a bridge for pushing bad dope. In that same scene, there's a blink and you miss a glimpse of another of Junior's guys, Joseph Marino. Jimmy's only known soldier on screen is Sammy Grigio. He runs a card game and gets smacked in the gut by Mikey, who tells him to start kicking up to Junior.
Are you paying someone for this game? Huh?
Jimmy himself turns out to be a rat and gets whacked by Tony and Junior's call. Now Raymond Curto, that's a different story. Out of his whole crew, only one name pops up, Kevin Hare Sharkey, a soldier. He shows up at the party where Junior gets crowned boss, quietly sitting near Tony and Junior, while an undercover Fed snaps pictures in the background. Not much else is known about him, but if he's part of the family, then he's already seen heart wine, fire, and a few bodies along the way. That same episode gives us a quick glimpse of Dave Salerno, a Soprano soldier, playing cards at Satriali's. But Curto himself? He's been working for the government from day one. No drama, no theatrics, just quietly flipping throughout the whole series, keeping his seat at the table and the respect of the family. Nobody suspects a thing, and that makes him the deadliest kind of rat. Off-screen, they call him Raymond Buffalo Ray Curto. Two possible reasons. Maybe he had ties to Buffalo, New York, used to work there, maybe got his start in that scene, or, and this feels more likely, it's pure irony. Buffalo because he was slow-moving, heavy-footed, barely spoke, and took forever to make a decision. A silent beast.
The ancient Romans had a word for it. Asshole.
Old man DiMeo's locked up, Jackie's dying of cancer, Junior's playing shot caller, and Tony? He's already making moves, quietly pulling the strings. The Soprano family is on the edge of a major shakeup, and there's only one man ready to take it all. The era of Tony Soprano is just beginning.
Since he's the king of kings. Truth is, every decision is made by me.
By season 2, Tony's the boss in everything but name. Officially, Junior holds the title, but everyone knows he's just a lightning rod for the feds. Silvio Dante becomes consigliere, the cold-blooded strategist and diplomat in a pack of egotistical wolves. Paulie Walnuts gets bumped up to capo, taking over Tony's old crew, and some fresh faces join the game. Furio, a proven soldier from Naples, straight out of the Zucca family, and Gigi Castone, quiet, firm, and ready to sit on his honorable white throne. We also meet Jack Massarone, a construction tycoon always hanging around the Sopranos. If you remember, Furio's first test comes at a massage parlor run by a guy named Dominic. He owns Bahama Skies and pays Christopher for protection, but the envelopes keep getting thinner. Dominic's hooked on coke, mixed up with Rosie, and all he does is complain. Tony sends in Furio, who calmly breaks his arm, shoots him in the knee, and walks off with the cash. Christopher's now backed up by two wannabes, Matthew Drinkwater and Sean Gismonte, young punks with big dreams. They are trying to assault Chris, but end up in a hail of bullets. Sean goes down right there, and the Fanta lover flees. But Tony catches up and finishes him without saying a word. Another clown, Tommy Macarato, was all set to hijack a truck full of Pokimane cards. Yeah, Pokimane, but wisely bailed.
Pokemon cards.
Me and Tommy Mac are taking down a trunk.
Then Richie gets out, Jackie Sr.'s older brother. He comes back and grabs Jackie's old crew. Problem is, Richie's stuck in the past. Violent, entitled, constantly picking fights.
What's mine is not yours to give me.
Hey, prick, you reached out to me.
That ego and rage? On a collision course with Tony. Richie's got his own circle. His nephews Vito and Brian Spatafor, Eugene Pontecorvo, Donnie Cafranza, and some guy named Bobby Zanone. Runs a garbage racket. You might remember Donnie. Johnny Sack once treated him to a special drink.
Scumbag? Let me buy you a drink.
And Beansy used to work for Richie, but now he's on his own. Richie doesn't like that, so Beansy gets an upgrade with 2 new wheels. At Richie's welcome home party, we catch a glimpse of 2 more Sopranos soldiers, Joey Samarco and Big Frank. Frank stood out not for what he did, but for what he said. He cracked a slick joke at Paulie's expense, right to his face. Paulie, of course, once again felt like he'd been stabbed in the heart.
Oh, please, no bitches. Exploiting medical curiosities is against the law.
That why they canceled your mother's audition?
What?
Take a walk.
Over in Junior's crew, there's Bobby Bacala Jr. Loyal, soft-spoken, heavy, but rock solid. His dad, Bobby the Terminator, used to roll with Junior back in the day. He's retired now, but comes out for one last hit, taking out the nutjob Mustang Sally. He pulls it off, but dies behind the wheel from a heart attack. Smoking kills. Fun fact, Gigi Kestonay and the Parisi twins, Philly and Patsy, used to be with Junior, but they jumped ship to Tony. Because let's face it, Junior was the past. Tony was the future. Or at least, that's how it looked back then.
There you go, you big motherfucker!
Philly Parisi, by the way, had the nickname Spoons. Why? Rumor was, back in the day, he used to throw spoons when he got pissed. Or maybe the name stuck because he and his twin brother Patsy were like 2 spoons in a drawer, identical. They were born 11 minutes apart. But as things heat up, stability starts to crack. Loyalties fade, capos scramble, and enemies circle. And by season 3, a new force appears on the horizon. Someone ready to challenge Tony Soprano himself. Hit that subscribe button, wise guy! The next part of the Sopranos family breakdown is on its way. In the meantime, check out our episode on how much money Tony Soprano really made. Want to support the channel? No problem. The link's right there on your screen. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.